Hello and welcome to another edition of Real Estate Live. I'm Kathy Mae Martin and I'm your host today. We're going to learn how to look at a house that most people want to look at a house that what it looks like today. We're going to learn how to look at that house as to what it could be. Remodeling is more than just tearing down walls and picking out paint. It takes a little vision, takes some strategy, and some courage. My guest today is going to help us navigate through all of that. So stay tuned. Check out our information on the screen. You can call or comment, and we're going to answer your questions live on the air today. Stay tuned. Welcome back. I'm excited to have as my guest Tori Mae Wormsley. She's here today. She's our agent of the week, and she's going to talk and showcase one of her houses. Just a little bit about Tori, full disclosure. She tells everybody she's been doing real estate since she was in the womb, and that's true. She's my daughter in the hospital. I was talking on the phone right before delivery, so she's telling the truth when she says that. You know, as a mom, it's really exciting to see your kids get to a point where they're doing what they love and love what they do, and I think that's true success. And Tori, thank you for being here. I think you've got a house that you're going to talk about that hasn't even hit the market yet, right?
No, it's coming soon, so I will be listing this house tomorrow. It is 1118 Indian Shadows Drive, and that's in 10 Mile. Excuse my photos here. We're just waiting on the professional photos back from the photographer, but it is 3-bed, 3.5 bath with a full finished basement. Basement even has a bar downstairs, which you'll see. Super fun. It sits on 3.21 acres. You have a boat ramp and lake access in the neighborhood. You've got some new flooring in there that the owners have done. The master is on the main. And we are listing this house at $475,000. So that's about $169 a square foot, which is a deal in today's market. So I don't think this one will last long. Like I said, goes live tomorrow. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Again, $475, and it's 1118 Indian Shadows Drive in 10 Mile.
So looks like a great house.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
For more information, check out Tori's information on the screen. If you're thinking of buying or selling, or you got more questions, or you want to see this house, Tori will be glad to take your call. So thank you for being here. Stay tuned. My guest will be here shortly.
Where does this go?
Welcome back. I am so excited to have as my guest today Keith and Karen Eyer. And I've had the pleasure of selling one of Keith and Karen's remodels, and the pleasure of selling them another one that they're in the process of remodeling. And what I want to stress today is Karen and Keith are not flippers. They did this, they're doing this, and have been doing it around a full-time job, a family. So they make adjustments in life around the remodels and make it happen. Tell us a little bit background to the audience about who you are and what you do or did for a living. I think, Keith, you're retired now.
I am retired.
Recently retired.
Recently?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was a Navy pilot for 12 years, and then I matriculated from that to FedEx. I flew for FedEx for almost 28 years.
Wow.
And retired last January before we undertook this remodel.
Yes. Yes. Okay. We're going to dive right into that very shortly. And Karen?
I'm glad that he's retired and home now because we have our farm.
Yes.
So we bought that house. We saw the house and we liked the house, but we loved the land. and we have, we've done some things to it, and I'm a personal trainer, and have been doing that almost my whole life, and we have done some things to, well, there's not actually pictures of that, I don't think, but we've renovated our barn loft into a gym, and it's a gym living space. It's pretty cool. So that's where we train and work out.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. We're going to have lots of pictures throughout the show of some of the before and afters, and I think you'll be quite surprised. This is one right now. This is the house that they're in now. And Karen, tell us a little bit about what's going on here. What are we looking at?
Well, that was early on in the renovation back, the first week or the end of September, let's say. So there's a wall on the left. That wall's not there anymore. And then on the right, you see our kitchen. And that's what we're doing. We're doing our kitchen, and we have broken out into the garage and taken up part of that space to make a big walk-in pantry. So on the right, you see they've taken the wall down. On the left, still, Keith and I say, it's that royal we demoed everything ourselves.
Okay.
We thought we could save money by doing that, and time, because we could be ready for them to come in and just start doing. It didn't quite work out that way, but
Well,
but Keith did. He's amazing, and he took cabinets out and just hoisted them over his head and just carried them out to the barn. And so got it ready for them, and they've come in and they started prepping to get the wall to come down. On the right, and kind of fast forwarded, the wall's gone, there's a beam, and they put shiplap on the kitchen ceiling.
oh, that's
So
beautiful.
yeah, it's very, very exciting.
And you hired that shiplap done.
We did. We have a contractor. We do have the crew that comes out and they do things, but we also do things as well.
Right.
He does things.
Yes. Okay, so I know when we looked at this house, and that's kind of what we're focusing on today. We show so many houses, and there's no perfect house out there. But what you saw is you saw the farm, you saw the land. What was it about this house that you said, this is the one? I know there was lots of things you didn't like, and we're working on that. What was it about this house?
Do you want to take that one? Or?
We had originally planned on buying a smaller piece of land, 5 acres, 8
Right.
acres, something like that. And we looked around and we saw a bunch of different places, and they just didn't do it for us. And then she found this house,
Well,
and she went and saw it, and then she called you, and you guys went and saw it, and then I got to go see it. And I love the land. It's great. It's 20 acres.
Yeah.
The house is big. We've made it bigger since. And we've got a big family. We've got 5 kids and 4
Yeah.
grandkids so far.
Wow.
And 5 significant others. So when we have holiday parties and things like that, it's full.
Yeah.
So the bigger the house, the better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know that was important to you, and that's part of taking that wall out, expanding the space. And also your mother lives with you some, right?
My mother is 93, just turned 93.
Wow.
She's perfectly fine, perfectly mobile, perfectly compos mentis, and a pain sometimes. Because if I say I'm going to take you shopping on Friday, and Friday rolls around, she's like, "When are we going?"
Yeah.
She doesn't
she's
forget
very
anything.
sharp.
Absolutely.
But it's a good house for her because she can stay on the main level and not worry about anything else.
Yeah,
So
I
no
remember
steps.
that being important
Yeah.
to you, so that all worked out. And Keith was telling me a great story, and some of you can relate to this. Your mother doesn't drive anymore.
No.
And so Keith found a way for her to be mobile and independent. Tell us what you did, Keith.
Well, we have lots of different vehicles on the farm. We've got a John Deere Gator, which is a 2-seater, a little dump bed on the back. It's kind of like a 4x4, and I taught her how to drive it. So now she can drive up the driveway to our access road, and she drives up to the top, and she'll get out, and she'll walk for exercise, and then she'll drive back down. And she loves it. She loves being mobile like that. In fact, sometimes I'm out there working in the field or in the barn, and she'll come in and she'll say, "Where's my gator?" She thinks it's hers now.
Yeah, I'm not 93 and I can't drive a Gator, so that's pretty impressive.
It's pretty simple.
Yeah, that's
Thankfully.
pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So, well, I know before you bought this house, you had remodeled a house. And I had the pleasure of selling that. And there again, you had just finished the kitchen, I think. And you had, did some kind of remodel with HGTV, right?
We did.
Yeah.
We did. It was, am I allowed to mention that?
Yes. Uh-huh.
We were on Renovation Reality, and our daughter was producing actually back then, and she still is. But we were renovating everything in the house, and we thought we would just do it room by room. And we had worked on some of the things to get ready for his mom to live with us, and then we were getting ready to do that, and then we ended up being on the show to do the basement. So we turned it into, I mean, it was an old carpeted basement with metal poles and a drop ceiling, tile ceiling. And so we took the whole ceiling out, raised it up, turned the whole place into a gym with hardwood floors. It turned out very nice.
Yeah, it was great. I think that was one of the things that actually helped sell that house in the end. So you guys did a great job on that. So with that job, you weren't scared of this next house because it had some things you didn't like. So you weren't scared of tackling another remodel.
No, I mean, no.
Every time we go into a house that Karen loves, I always ruin it for her because I say, okay, yeah, I like this house. We're going to have to fix that. We're going to have to replace that. We're going to have to do this. We're going to have to do that. And she's like, so you don't like it? No, I like it very much.
Yeah.
Because you were mentioning it earlier. I look beyond what it looks like now to what it can be.
Yes, and so many people have a hard time doing that. And thank you all for being here. That's what we're trying to help with the vision, the strategy, and like I said, courage. It takes courage to tackle something like that. And you guys are doing some of it yourself. You're hiring contractors. Let's be real candid. What do you feel like and I know you did 3 remodels. This is your 3rd remodel.
We did 3.
Yeah.
I've done more before that.
Oh, you did more before that. So what was one of the first mistakes in a remodel that you said, that's never going to happen again? Can you think of one that stands out?
That's a good question.
Karen's got one, I think. No? Yeah. They made no mistakes.
I feel like, we're in the throes of the one we're doing now. It's not quite finished, and something new happens every day.
I've got an example.
Okay.
I had to think about it. When we redid our barn loft, we turned it into a living space. So we have our gym equipment up there. We also have a Murphy bed up there. There's a full bath and a kitchenette.
And you got electricity?
Everything's up, yeah. We got a split up there. So the contractors came in and basically reframed it and hung some drywall and did electricity and plumbing. It was an original actual barn loft, so it was 900 square feet. I don't need 900 square feet of hay, so we figured we're just going to change this into living space. So I went up and I pulled up all the old boards on the floor, which turned out to be very nice wood. I ended up planing it and cutting it down, and I laid the floor down. And after I laid the floor down, we had an incident with our split where it started leaking and got water all over the floor, and the boards were warped a little bit. So I had, looking back on it, I probably should have put a polyurethane sealer on top of it, but I didn't want to do that because the wood is so nice the way it is.
You wanted to keep that working.
And so I had to go back in and I had to pull up boards and I had to recut them and I had to respace them and it's down now and it's fine. But that was a mistake. I should have done a little more on the flooring.
Well, you won't do that again, right?
Won't do it again.
Yeah, you'll think ahead
Live and
next
learn.
time. Hey, you got a comment. Let's go to the screen. What was the most challenging thing about remodeling?
Patience.
Yeah, lots
Patience.
of it.
Especially if you have a contractor, because they have a schedule that not necessarily agrees with yours. Your schedule as a remodeler is, let's get this done as quickly as we can, doing things the right way. When you get contractor, and he's like, well, we're on our timeline, which if you don't talk with the contractor up front, you don't know what the timeline is.
Exactly.
So it's kind of frustrating sometimes.
So you're suggesting that you always get the timeline up front with
Up front.
the contractor.
Right.
Yeah, that's good, because you might want everything done for Easter dinner, and he might be thinking Thanksgiving dinner, right?
Bingo. Bingo.
Yeah. So, we've got another comment regarding contractors. How many bids did you get before deciding what ultimately made you choose them over the other contractor? That's a great question.
This contractor now that we have, he was the one who did the barn loft. And we very much liked the work that he did. So when it came time to do this, we contacted them and said, hey, what's the horizon? When can you do this? And, this is what we're looking for. And so we brought him in again. So we only got the one bid because we knew the guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
So-
you
and-
liked his work.
And we like his work. And we've learned that living in this house more than anywhere else. We find people to do things for us. And if they do a good job, they are our go-to person.
Absolutely.
So we have a plumber that we'll go to. We have an electrician we'll go to. We have a guy who does our pond. We'll always go with him. We have the company who put in our swimming pool. They do the servicing on it because we worked with them. We know them. We trust them. So the best thing you can do is get a portfolio of people that you can trust.
100%.
We have a realtor that we'll go to.
Yes,
And a realtor to go to.
absolutely. And I was just going to say, we do offer that service because we're constantly in touch with plumbers, electricians, different people in the business, and we know who to give names out.
Right.
And
Right.
so, yeah, we're a good resource for that. If
Right.
you're thinking about buying and remodeling, we'll be
And the
glad.
contractor, when you interview contractors, they should come with a portfolio of things that they've done.
Yes. Oh, that's a great, that's a great point. You mentioned a pool a minute ago, and I think we've got another question. Yay, it's such wonderful to think about your family like you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a great comment. Yeah, to think
Family's
about,
everything.
Yeah, family is everything, and that was a lot of your inspiration for this remodel, making sure that it fit with the family. And I know that was important when you were looking at the house. That was all in the big picture, and it's all coming together.
Yep.
Yeah, the picture's
That's good.
coming together. Yeah, thank you for your comment. Oh, okay, this was the.
That's the old
before-
kitchen.
Yeah, that
That's
was
the-
the old
yeah.
kitchen.
With
Okay.
the painting on the roof.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Oh
we
my
have
God.
sculpture, parquet floors, some old granite. The old pantry that was just a shallow little thing with old, it's all from the 70s. This is when the house.
And look at how
was built.
close the refrigerator was to the
Oh, yeah.
the
We could
dishwasher.
barely even squeeze
If somebody was
through.
in that refrigerator, you weren't getting through. And right in front of the refrigerator is the kitchen sink, which was actually a bar sink. So it was too small to do anything with.
Yes,
It was
yes.
not a functional. I think on first glance you would walk in when you're seeing a picture when we started to demo and started to get the things out of the cabinets. But if it's clean and someone walked in, they'd say, "Well, your kitchen is just beautiful," and we would say, "Thank you, but there's some things we need to do to it."
Yeah.
A lot of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had forgot about that painting. And now, this was a custom-built house, right? There was
It was.
one owner.
Yes.
Yeah, but you've made it yours. It's like a whole new house. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
a new house.
Yeah.
I remember one of the things that Karen had an inspiration for is you go out and there's this, it's 20 acres. There's a beautiful backyard, and there was a big. You could tell it had probably
Yeah.
been a pool. It was a gravel pit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there's
There's
some
our
of the baby
goats.
goats
Yeah.
in the land. Yeah. Now tell me about this room.
Well, this is the kitchen. This
Oh,
is what you just
wow.
saw a second
This is
ago.
where it's going.
Oh, wow.
So the sculpture's not on the ceiling anymore. It was kind of sad. We kind of grew to love it, but we took it down. The kitchen was very dark and closed
It was
in.
dark.
So we have taken that out, and I think it's opened it up. We put the shiplap on the ceiling, hardwood on the floors. everything's lighter and brighter. You know, the cabinets are alabaster white.
Oh, and there's the pool.
And then there's there's the pool out there.
That's why she wanted the sink over there so
I
she
see.
could
Yeah.
watch
How
the pool.
smart. Yeah.
So yes, it used to be a pool, and then when we bought the house, we found out that it had been filled in, and then we tried to unfill it, and that didn't work. So they dug it out and made a whole new pool.
Wow.
So yeah,
That is beautiful.
Oh, there's a little baby.
There's your babies. Tell me about your babies.
It's Lola and Stevie.
Lola and Stevie.
Oh.
They're sweet girls. We unfortunately lost some of our goats a couple of years ago, and the one remaining baby from our older goats was by herself and in mourning,
Oh.
grieving. And we found these two babies. A friend of ours turned us on to a place that had baby goats, and we picked them up. They were teeny tiny, and brought them back to Knoxville. And she thinks they're her babies
in a little
now.
dog crate.
Oh.
Yeah,
That's
in a
how
little
little
bitty
they were.
dog crate
Oh, what
in
a
the back
great
of our truck.
story.
They're
Well, I know you had the extended family you had in mind. You had
There's
the
our-
goats, you have the chickens, and
Donkeys.
oh, and is that out
That's
there
the
by the
pond.
pool?
And that's our frog.
Yeah.
Oh, and what's your frog's name?
Well.
I don't know. There were two
There's two
giant.
there in that
there were
picture.
two giant bullfrogs.
Yeah.
They're both of them. You can see them
Yeah.
both right there.
Oh,
And they,
you just inherited those when you moved.
well, they come back every year.
Wow,
So
Yeah.
we have frogs in the pond every year.
that's
which is nice.
interesting.
So that-
Well, the
yeah.
pond didn't look like that when you bought
No.
the house. Full transparency, it
Yeah.
didn't look like that.
The baby chicks and some of our eggs, and
Yeah, so you have your own eggs. There's what?
There's the gator.
Yes, there's
That's
the
our
gator,
pasture.
and that's you driving, I guess, Karen, and then
some
one of-
grandkids in there.
Yeah,
Oh, there's the donkeys.
there's the pool.
That was
There's
the
what it
original
looked
pool.
like.
Yeah, it was.
The before and after. So now she's got this beautiful travertine pool, and it's just amazing. I think we've got another comment. Did you apply for any energy efficient rebates during the remodel, like a TVA or local and utility incentive? Great
Yes.
question.
Yes, we
We
have.
we had to redo our air conditioner, and we went through TVA and got a discount on the unit, and it was very nice, and it's a great unit.
What kind of process did you have to qualify? How that work?
Actually, the AC guy that we work with, who is one of the keepers,
Yes.
he said, "Look, it's going to cost you this much to buy a unit outright. If you go through the TVA, because I'm a certified contractor with them, we can get a discount on it." And we did.
Wow. That's that great
And it was simple. He
resource.
did the
Yeah.
legwork.
Yeah, so you didn't have to go online
Right.
and apply or anything. He did it all
Right.
for you. Well,
Right.
that's awesome.
They've been great, and the gym that we made in the barn loft that he was talking about, the floor being ruined. Splits are great, but I guess watch what you get and who installs it and everything. But they're also going to replace the split for us as well, and there's a huge rebate on that. So I think you just ask the company, Smith Mechanical,
We've got
who's
another
doing
split,
ours.
not the
but-
one in the barn.
Oh,
There's another
yeah,
split.
split downstairs.
That's in the
maybe.
sunroom.
So
Yeah.
we're going to get that replaced, but there's a huge discount. You just got to find out from whoever you're getting your unit from.
Right. So one of the things I find, my husband always says, "Hey, do we need to build a house or whatever?" And I'm like, "No, I'm never building," because he can't make a decision. And so, how are you guys? I mean, is there one decision
We're the
maker?
opposite. I make no decisions, and he
Okay.
makes them all.
Keith makes all the
I
decisions.
make decisions. For instance,
Very
I went
quickly.
and bought some lights for our kitchen, which she was with me when I bought them,
Oh,
and we took them back
oh. And why did you take them back?
because she decided she didn't like them.
Oh, okay.
I like them. I just don't think they were a fit for our
Right.
kitchen.
Okay.
I think I'm really worried about, this is probably going to be maybe our last kitchen because we really love the house now. And we
We're not going anywhere.
We keep
You
doing
said that
things,
last
you
time,
know.
Karen.
I don't know, but this has the land and it has,
Yes, it has everything.
Something
So-
else that people who are remodeling should think about too, and I just thought about this. If you're going to be doing remodeling, especially if you're going to be doing stuff by yourself, which I highly recommend because you know who did it and you
Yes.
know how it was done. go to Home Depot, go to Lowe's, go places like that, and you can sign up as a pro. So it's got benefits to it. You get points and things like that. But it also tells you, I can go on my accounts every year and I can look at the entire spending structure for that year. So when it comes to taxes, depending on what I've done, I can write some things off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
and
a
they
good
give you a
deal.
discount too.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. On your last house, and probably this one too, what do you think is going to be, let's say you go to sell this house. What do you think, and take the emotion out of it, what do you think is going to be your biggest return on investment? It's the kitchen, it's the pool, it's probably not the pool, but what do you think? Maybe the loft, the exercise?
I think probably it's a toss-up maybe. I think that the income property, which I think people are looking for now, that's over the barn, is great, but I think the kitchen's going to be awesome when we're finished. And I think people are going to look at the kitchen, they're going to look at that extra space. Those two for sure, but I don't know, we have a lot of things we've done I feel really good about. We turned the porch into a sunroom, and it's beautiful, and it's just huge and
Do we
bright.
have any
And
pictures of that?
I don't think we have.
Oh,
that,
okay, we don't
but
have.
I would think that the biggest return on investment for us is the land.
the land.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 20 acres of land in Hardin
Yeah.
Valley.
And it doesn't depreciate.
And we've got people
yes.
calling all the time saying, hey, would you like to sell your land?
I like what he says all the time. He says they're not making more land.
That's true. That is so true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
that,
do. We love it.
That was definitely a good investment. Looking back on your remodels, some of your past remodels, was there anything that you felt like that you spent more money on that it really wasn't worth it, wasn't worth your return on investment? Was there anything that stands out?
Something I think was worth it, but maybe the people who bought the house didn't think it was. Our backsplash in the last house, the backsplash for the kitchen. It was something that he ended up. There it is. Okay,
Oh,
so
it's gorgeous.
So see the
Yes.
backsplash, and it went all the way up around the hood vent and all the way up to the ceiling in the kitchen. It was hand painted terracotta, beautiful tiles that I loved.
It was gorgeous.
It was very expensive, and I wasn't going to do it. And he said, "Nope, we're going to do it." Unfortunately, we're only in the house for probably another 2 years after we got that, maybe not even that long. And
Not
I was,
even that long.
I was very sad to leave mine. So to this day, I say I hope that she appreciates and loves the tile like I did.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
I think she does. I know the agent that helped me sell it said she really loved the kitchen, and that was a big part of that
Well,
kitchen.
Can I say something really quick about that
Yeah.
kitchen? So that came to be because we had an insurance claim. There was a problem with the roof, and we didn't know it. It was a brand new roof. So there
Remember
was,
remember the big hailstorm?
Yes.
Everybody had roofs destroyed. Everybody's getting their roofs repaired. And there were a lot of people that came in to town, fly by night, and they
Yes.
throw on your roof.
yeah.
And this one didn't have any flashing.
Oh,
And we didn't know.
So we had a
Right.
waterfall in the kitchen.
I mean, there was literally a waterfall coming down the backsplash of the old kitchen. The old
Yes.
kitchen had green laminate. I couldn't find a good picture to show you, but green laminate countertops, old appliances, a range in the middle of the floor. I think there might be a couple of pictures, but it was terrible. And
Arranged in the middle of the floor with
when-
no surface on either side.
Right. There's nowhere
Oh,
to
wow.
sit anything. It was very strange. But we started doing the insurance claim, and it was a mess. There was mold. They started to take everything apart, and we realized when they said, we can't replace these cabinets. These are custom made. They've been built on the property and put in. We can't match them. We're going to pay for you guys to get all new cabinets. And when that happened, we said, we should do the whole kitchen.
yes.
So we did.
Good decision.
Yeah.
And I know as a realtor, women, and men too, but a lot of women buy the house based on the kitchen, you know, because they're spending time. That's where they're providing for their families. And
Well, that and it's the party room.
yeah,
It is. It's
exactly.
the hang-
That's
yeah,
where
it's the
everybody
hangout.
gathers for sure. Yeah. What's the best decision you made in the current house? Was it to do the kitchen? What do you think?
Oh, man.
So hard.
Is there one? Is there?
We've done the sunroom. I added a bedroom downstairs. I've replaced all of the toilets in the house. We put the pool in. We put a new roof on. We put a new roof on the barn when we did the loft. We did the loft. There's so many things that we've done now, and I'm sure we're still going to make money if we ever sold it.
Yeah. Oh,
Well,
100%.
the picture that's up right now, see the door? Okay, that door used to be further to the right. It was right beside the old refrigerator. We moved the door, and that goes into a walk-in pantry. That was the garage.
It's not even.
Wow.
It's
So-
not technically a walk-in pantry. It's a prep kitchen.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
prep kitchen.
So we've got counters there. We've got another sink in there. We've got a speed oven in there. We're putting a washer and dryer in for my mother
Oh.
because it's all on the same
Yeah.
floor.
Yeah, that's smart.
And yeah,
I
it's,
think
It's a-
we did something that a lot of people say you shouldn't have done that, but we did it anyway because we're planning on never leaving that house, and that's taking part of the garage space to make that prep kitchen.
Yeah.
And we just said, we don't park in our garage. We don't really need it. We've got all these other barn and everything. So we just said, you know what, we're going to use that space, and we did. So
Well, and that's smart. No. If you're not planning on reselling it and you're planning on staying here, you make it to where you utilize it and you love it and you enjoy it and it's
Yep.
home. And you guys always do a great job. We're running out of time. Let's leave it with what is the best piece of advice that you would give a buyer if they're thinking about buying a house and remodeling?
the best advice I would is don't look at the house as it is in the current state. You have to be able to say, I can change this design, I can change this room, I can change more than one room. I mean, look, we took out a wall, so the kitchen and the living room are now contiguous. You need to be able to look beyond what you're seeing
Yes.
and think about what it can be. And that's hard for a lot of people to do. But the biggest thing is, if it's got good bones, if it's a good structure, you can do it's a palette. It's a blank canvas.
Yeah.
And you can do whatever you want to it.
Yeah, that's great advice, Keith. And a lot of people can't vision. I would suggest if you can't vision, but you like the location, you like certain things about that house, and it's in your budget, get a professional that can help you vision and maybe make that house your own. You guys are awesome. Thank you for being
Thank you,
here.
Thank you.
I'm sure you've answered a lot of questions, and hopefully you gave people a lot of hope. There's not a whole lot of houses out there for people to choose from, and so maybe there's more options. Don't give up. Don't look at the house for what it is today. Look at what it could be in the future. So thanks again for
Thank
being
you.
here.
Thank you.
And thank you, audience, for being here. Check out the screen with our information. There you can contact us live on Facebook or email us. And we hope to see you here next time on Real Estate Live. Yeah, we went over.